Alors, ça c'est le premier événement lié au contenu local au Kenya. Et elle va expliquer pourquoi.
This morning, we had a meeting, a forum with private sector to discuss local content. How can the Kenyan oil and gas, how can the Kenyan private sector tap into the oil and gas industry?
Alors ce matin, ils ont eu une rencontre justement pour discuter de la manière dont le contenu local pouvait avoir un impact sur l'industrie du pétrole et du gaz pouvait avoir un impact sur le contenu local ou l'inverse.
And you know what? What struck me most is that the voice of the young people was absolutely missing.
Alors, ce qui l'a frappé le plus, c'est que la voix des jeunes n'était pas entendue.
And so this event here tonight is our attempt to inject young people, the youth, into the local content conversation in a pragmatic manner.
Alors, ce soir, cet événement, c'est pour faire en sorte que vous, jeunes, les jeunes, puissiez avoir une voix sur les sujets liés au contenu local.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Energy for I event, where we are advancing local content innovations in Africa amongst the youth.
Mesdames et messieurs, bienvenue à l'événement Energy for I, où nous essayons de faire en sorte que les jeunes puissent avoir une voix dans l'industrie extractive.
The Energy for I is brought to you by the Extractives Baraza and Kipya, Africa Limited, with my counterpart, Dr. Gaduru Mboru, who will take you through the Simba's Den a bit later.
My friend, that was too fast. Bon, vous avez vu les différents logos qui sont derrière. Voilà, c'est toutes ces personnes-là qui sont membres de ce Energy for I.
We have a history. We started off as the Mining for I event in 2015. So far, we've held 2 Mining for I events, and guess what? The winner of this year's Mining for I is here to share her story with us a bit later.
Alors, ils ont organisé cet événement plusieurs fois. Ce soir, la personne qui avait gagné l'année passée sera là pour partager son histoire, son expérience par rapport à cet événement.
Wonderful. And I'm also happy to note some very key people here from the private sector and also from the NGO world. We had some government representatives and they're running a bit late, so please bear with them.
Nous sommes heureux de remarquer la présence de personnes, des personnes clés dans l'industrie extractive, les compagnies, les entreprises qui sont sur la place, mais également les membres du gouvernement. Il y en a qui sont en retard, mais bon, nous espérons qu'ils nous prendront en cours.
So as we are going through this forum, these are the things to bear in mind. This is a capacity building platform about the youth. It's about skills development and it's about advancing local content.
Alors cet événement, il faudra prendre en compte ces 4 éléments. Le renforcement des capacités, la jeunesse, comment développer, comment dire.
And these are our supporters.
Hold on. Who's moving the slides? I'm not done yet.
We're doing our best for a dual impromptu act between English and French, so please bear with us. And with those few words, I'd like us to quickly go through the program, program.
Alors vous avez le programme avec vous sur la table.
So we welcomed you with some very nice fruit cocktails.
Alors bien, on vous a donné un cocktail de bienvenue.
And next we'll hear from Miss Audrey Mulama, who was the winner of the Mining for I.
Après, nous allons entendre Mademoiselle Audrey, ou Madame Audrey, qui a gagné l'année passée le Energy for I.
And then we will go and serve some dinner and then come back to officially listen to what we are calling the Simba's Den, where the young people will come and present their innovations.
Alors, nous allons avoir un dîner après la présentation de mademoiselle Audrey, suivi, après quand nous allons revenir, nous allons entendre les jeunes qui vont venir nous présenter quel type d'innovation ils ont dans le domaine de l'énergie.
Wonderful. And then we will have a fantastic address by Mr. Brian Murioki, who represents Shell Company, as well as the Kenya Oil and Gas Association. So in other words, Mr. Moneybags for real.
Alors après, nous allons avoir Monsieur Brian, Andrew, right?
Yes, no, and Brian.
Ok. Brian qui va représenter en fait c'est Shell?
Yeah.
Ok. Shell. Apparemment, Monsieur Brian a beaucoup d'argent. Et espérons qu'il va nous en donner quand on va repartir.
And after that, then we will award the winner. We're going to have 3 presentations, and after that, we will award the winner with the Energy for I certificate and a small gift. And with private sector here today, I am expecting big checks.
Alors, celui qui va gagner le trophée aura un cadeau, et on espère vraiment que ce sera un cadeau à la hauteur de l'innovation qu'il aura apporté.
And also ALSF and our students, we are happy to take $50, $50 contributions.
Yes. That I will not translate.
And then we will close and we will interact.
Et après, on va faire une clôture et puis on va avoir une session de réseau, on va discuter entre nous.
For the sake of our guests here today, we are joined today by the Africa Mining Legislation Atlas group that is here from several countries from across Africa to learn about mining and legislation in Africa.
Alors, nous sommes contents d'avoir également le groupe de l'Atlas sur la législation minière africaine. Ces étudiants qui sont là pour apprendre sur les législations africaines et apprendre également sur le droit minier.
And with those few words, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for your attention. We will now begin.
Merci pour votre attention et nous allons maintenant commencer.
Asseyez-vous.
Merci beaucoup.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we will now go on to the next stage. I would like to call upon, because seeing is believing. I can tell you about mining for I, energy for I, and that, you know, it's a wonderful platform where you don't need to know anybody, you don't need to have a godfather, you don't need to have any riches. All you need is an idea and a passion for your idea to come and present it before your colleagues, and hopefully somebody cuts you a check. That's what this is all about, okay? And so, seeing is believing. I'd like to call Miss Audrey Mulama to come and give her testimonial because she was the winner at the Mining for I. Audrey? I know I saw you somewhere, girl. Oh, wonderful.
Hello. Welcome, guys. I had won the event for Mining for I, and I'm here to showcase as a testimony of what happened then and what's happening now after my winning. So I was presenting on gold mining with bacteria, and my focus area was Kakamega area, western region of Kenya. The problem was, well, as I go outside the world and see this what's happening, you know, after the event, you come to realize there are more problems, yeah? So apparently there are artisanal miners, but some are operating illegally. I currently work with Acacia Mining, but now it's Acacia Exploration Kenya. They had taken me as a winner of the event, and these are the kind of problems I also encountered as I work with them. The artisanal miners, some of them are practicing illegal activities. There is low gold recovery for small-scale miners because of mercury failure to solubilize gold, and there are cost implications for low gold recovery. And the solution was using bacteria as opposed to mercury, as you can see. And then why use bacteria? Because it significantly improves gold recovery, and as well as elimination of mercury, and as well as avoiding environmental impacts to the community. And furthermore, the involvement of professionals to formalize the process, because illegal artisanals can't really do much, and they can't contribute much to the country as much as professionals if they are involved well. So this is the post-competition. So I have a video just to showcase what's really happening in Acacia exploration. Yeah, so this is a drill rig, and it normally drills based on the degrees azimuth and deep of the geologists who do analysis on the project involved. So for this particular hole, it's 78 degrees deeping, and there's a target, and here's the target. For that particular hole, maybe that particular target has the kind of bacteria, the kind of gold that they're looking for, the zones and things of that sort. So this is just what really happens in the field. And these are the people I'm working with. That's me, engaging in a drill rig machine. And that's the kind of core. It's normally diamond drill core that's produced. So they're laid on a tray, as you can see from the slide. And these are some of my colleagues. They're geologists. So, yeah. So, where to from here? I'm currently committed to learn as much as possible regarding the project. At the moment, earlier this year, Acacia had spent over had discovered 1.3 million ounces of gold, and they spent almost $11 million. So I'm looking forward to be part of this big project and hopefully be the first gold mining engineer if all goes well. So I really thank Mining for I for unveiling for me such opportunities. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much, Audrey. Ladies and gentlemen, in other words, what she did is that she found some bacteria in Rivanyando. Oh, teroburu. Teroburu. Yes, I know the Kenyans here would get it. But this bacteria she is hoping to use to replace mercury. How huge is that for the sector? And through her presentation with us, she was able to secure employment with the biggest gold explorer that we have right now. And she wants to hone in her skills, but at the same time, Strathmore University, together with Kipya, is supporting her to develop her ideas. So we're helping her to patent her idea and the like. And we are hoping that the people presenting here today will have similar opportunities. With some of you here, Mr. Moneybags not exempted, and a few others. Also, academia, we're very open. So please feel free to come and join us. We also need ideas. So thank you so much, Audrey, for that presentation. Now we want to get into the real deal, called Pango la Simba, or Lion's Den in English, but Pango la Simba. And for this stage, I'd like to invite my counterpart, Dr. Gaduru Mburu, the MD of Kipya Africa, to take us through it. Thank you very much.
Good evening. Hamjambo. Bonsoir. Welcome all of you to Nairobi. Daktari, thank you so much. This evening we have a wonderful group of innovators. I'm proud here that we have high representation from the Kenya Oil and Gas Association, members of whom are led by the chair, Mr. Brian Muriuki. We also have a great group of Simbas, people who are going to evaluate the idea. And I will introduce them to you in a moment. But before I do that, is Dr. Kamara close by? Daktari, okay, the lights were in my eyes. I need you to translate one or two things. Is that okay? Please, informally. Now,
you guys will pay me.
So in Kenya, and we recognize that, is it fair to say that 80% of the audience may be from outside Kenya? So in Kenya, you know, we have a word for hello, correct? Yes. It is jambo, right? So when I say jambo, what do you say? Okay, but not tonight, huh? So tonight, when I say jambo, you say pesa.
Pesa.
So jambo, pesa. Jambo, pesa. So, Daktari, you know what PESA is, huh?
Why did I say anything?
So we want to finance some ideas. Energy for I is about innovation. It's about giving you information. It's about interacting with you, and most importantly, it's about investment. Putting money to youth who have ideas for the extractives sector. That's why we're here.
Alors, le concept Energy for I ou l'événement Energy for I a été développé justement pour permettre aux jeunes qui ont des idées nouvelles de pouvoir éclore. Ils veulent investir sur les jeunes. Vous avez vu tout de suite l'exemple de la dame qui a gagné l'année passée. Après avoir gagné, elle a eu un boulot. Donc l'objectif, c'est de booster les jeunes, les aider à aller de l'avant.
I will introduce the Simbas, and let me explain the Simbas, and then please feel free to interpret that.
Il va introduire les Simba et il me demande d'attendre qu'il les introduise avant de faire la traduction.
So what's the format of the event? The format is, we have 3 presenters. We will see one presenter after the next, and those presenters will be showcasing business ideas for the extractive sector. Today's focus is energy. So we will have ideas on power generation, we will have ideas on petroleum, oil and gas. And when they do that, and as they do that, the Simbas who will be sat here will evaluate those ideas.
Alors, ce soir, le format de ce dîner, c'est qu'ils vont avoir des personnes qui vont venir faire des présentations. Et ces personnes vont faire des présentations dans le domaine de l'énergie, parce que puisque le concept de ce soir, c'est de se focaliser sur l'énergie. Donc, mais il y aura par contre des Simbas qui vont s'asseoir ici, qui vont écouter ces personnes et évaluer leurs idées par rapport à l'énergie, toutes les innovations qu'ils apportent.
So why do we call them Simbas? You may have watched a program called Lion's Den, where people go in to ask for money for business ideas. Lion's Den, Dr. Kamara?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alors, pourquoi on les appelle les Simba? Vous avez probablement vu un programme où on appelle les personnes Lion's Den, où les gens vont pour chercher de l'argent. En fait, ils présentent leur idée et si leurs idées sont bonnes, on leur offre de l'argent pour pouvoir développer leurs idées.
And Simba is lion in Swahili.
Et Simba signifie lion en Swahili.
Okay, so when I say Jumbo, you say? Yes. Fantastic. I'd like to introduce our first Simba, Engineer Elizabeth Rogo. She has very many years of experience in engineering, operations, project management, consultancy, in oil field services. Engineer Elizabeth is also the chairperson of the Society of Petroleum Engineers here in Kenya. She is a founder of a service company, Savo Oilfield Services, and we're very fortunate in that she has been a Simba before in the Mining 4I, and she's bringing lots of experience from that to this occasion. Engineer Elizabeth, karibu sana, welcome. Let's give her a round of applause as she comes to take her seat. The next Simba that we would like to invite to the front here is Bwana Mwendia Nyaga. Mwendia Nyaga has also very many years of experience in the oil and gas sector, the energy sector. He is the CEO of a number of organizations, Mwendia. Which one do you want me to pick? Oil and Energy Services is also CFO at Oilfield Movers, amongst other energy companies. Mwendia Nyaga is also the former CEO of the National Oil Corporation of Kenya. I think it is fair to say, if we say oil and gas in Kenya, we have to end with Mwendia.
Oil and gas KYM.
So we are very fortunate to have my brother here, Wendy Nyaga. Please let's give him a round of applause as he comes to the floor. Karibu sana. Then I would like to invite one of our learned friends. I think she will be at comfort with this group of lawyers here today. Ms. Cindy Oraro of Oraro and Company Advocates. She specializes in energy, infrastructure, natural resources. I believe she took you through mining law and regulations and a couple of subjects a couple of days ago. Cindy is very well versed in commercial work, and she's very well versed in mining law, and she has also been a Simba with us at the Mining 4I, and we are very fortunate to have her here with us tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome our Simba, Miss Cindy Oraro. Then last but not least, we have our fourth Simba, Miss Lucy Gedaiga. Miss Lucy Gedaiga has tons of experience in civil society, on issues of governance, human rights, gender equality. But beyond that, and importantly for this occasion, she is the chairperson of the Association of Women in Extractives in Kenya. I like that she's aggressive. Yesterday, she happened to sign on her member 001, if you allow me, Lucy. And that is the president of Kenya, Uhuru Kenyatta, whom she met yesterday, is her first member. Congratulations. Cindy is also a lead expert. Sorry, I beg your pardon. I'm sorry. Lucy is also a lead expert for the National Environmental Management Authority, NEMA, in environmental impact assessment. And she has completed Emerging Leaders in African Mining course in Cape Town, South Africa. I have the pleasure of welcoming Miss Lucy Gedaiga. Please, Miss Lucy. All right, so let's proceed on, ladies and gentlemen. We will invite our first presentation, and I would like to call upon Alex and Dorothy. Please come to the front, Alex and Dorothy. Alex and Dorothy are young Kenyan engineers. And I want to explain to you very briefly what the idea is, but they will give us the details. So Alex and Dorothy have developed a smart power meter. They call themselves, the brand they use is Meter Logic. Now, Dr. Kamara, smart meter, what is that in French?
Well, you know, we try to
smart meter. Yes, I explained. So in your home, you probably have a meter where the power company reads on a monthly basis your consumption of energy, correct?
Yes.
Now, a smart meter, what these two young Kenyans have developed, is a meter whereby that meter can communicate with the energy company, with yourself, so that they don't have to come to your home to read the meter.
Ah, d'accord. Alors, nos deux amis ici présents ont développé ce qu'on appelle un compteur intelligent. De telle sorte que lorsque vous avez ce compteur, la compagnie d'électricité n'a pas besoin de venir chez vous pour mesurer ce que vous avez consommé comme énergie, Et ça fait en fait une interface entre vous et la compagnie d'énergie. But you know, Doctor, we try to force our French speaker to learn. So let me not translate for them and let them, you know.
You want them to learn English?
Yes, I want them to
bit
learn
of
English.
Swahili as well.
Isn't it? Les Français, c'est pas comme ça, c'est pas ce qu'on a décidé. So, okay. Proceed. I think they are bilingual.
Fantastic. Now, I will let Alex and Dorothy proceed with their presentation. Is that okay? All right.
Good evening, everyone. Okay. My name is Dorothy Koske. This is my partner, Alex Murray. Okay. So together we have a company called Metalogic. It was registered last year, and ever since we've been making major improvements to the meters in the industry, the energy meters. We've come a long way where energy meters are concerned. Back in the day, we used to go read the meters in our houses ourselves, take the readings and maybe calculate an estimation of the electricity bill. You know, back when we had strangers coming in motorbikes to our homes to look for the meter and then go back to the company and maybe, okay, not maybe, they would go back and send you a bill. So right now, we have progressed. At the moment, we have the digital meters. Most homes have the digital meters that automatically record your consumption of energy and send the feedback to your utility company. They have deployed the meter to cash system, and that's about it. That's all we do. But then there is so much more that we can do, so many problems we can solve. A company like, let's see, KPLC for instance. Is there someone from KPLC in attendance? No, I was hoping to make new friends. So a company like KPLC for instance, last year they registered a loss of 10 billion shillings in a span of 6 months. Actually, utility companies lose a lot of money due to, losses, leakages, theft. There's very poor outage management in the industry at the moment and very poor resolution of network errors. Unless there's a technician on the ground, your utility company has no way of knowing that first off you're experiencing problems, and the technician needs to come and check to know that maybe the problem you're experiencing is due to transformer failure or a blown fuse or maybe a cable cut. There's also the theft and meter tampering. This I've actually done before as a child. We used to drill a hole under the water meter and then put a pin to make it stop. Back in the day, I think statute of limitations was. So there's so many ways you can tamper with the meter, the electromechanical meters. You can use magnets, you can remove wires, you can bypass currents, and that is actually accounts for billions USD, American dollars, billions of shillings are lost yearly due to theft of energy. And then there's lack of notification. Unless you call your power company or your water company, they have no way of knowing that you're experiencing problems. And then, if you're lucky, you can maybe get them in the line sometime before Christmas. Otherwise, you'll just start listening to the songs. It's always weird music. And then remote network monitoring. Picture a hybrid system, for instance, where we have a merger of hydro, solar, and wind energy. Should one system fail, unless someone shows up to the ground to switch to another, that you have to go and manually do the swapping, but which is very inconvenient because maybe on a holiday, maybe people are on holidays and they're just stuck on the ground, or maybe you'd like to work from your office in Nairobi and and monitor your system all the way in Mara. Then audit costs. At the moment,
facilities, factories, they need to get an auditor to show up with their fancy meters and set up tents at your facility for about 2 weeks, taking measurements before they issue advisories. And these meters are actually very expensive. They spend millions, I think, yeah. And insufficient data collection. This may arguably be the biggest problem. Any company that would like to improve their profits, to increase their efficiency, to make smarter business decisions, need to harness as much data as possible and analyze it. Now, which is where we come in. Like I mentioned before, utility companies lose billions due to the poor outage management. So our energy metering system, this is what it looks like, by the way, complete product. But you know, this is a circuit board. It's actually really pretty. So we have made significant improvements in the troubleshooting. Our sensors, yes, can you stay up? Our sensors can detect whether the outage you're experiencing is due to a cable cut, or due to a blown fuse or transformer failure, and they will notify your power company. In fact, your utility company may know that you're experiencing problems possibly before you do. And with big data analytics, we can actually tell you that your power is about to go off. Yeah, we have an Android after this. And so there'll be reduced calls to emergency lines, because you as a customer, yes, your power is out, but you know my utility company is aware. And detection of meter tampering. Picture an instance where, let's say someone is trying to tamper with the meter by bypassing currents. This is a smart metering system. We can measure the current between the line and the neutral and see if there's a balance. If someone is trying to tamper with the meter, we will get a notification. Utility company, this will save a lot for utility companies, by the way. And we have the remote monitoring. We have made a lot of improvements. As a project manager, you don't have to be on ground at your station in Mara or in Turkana to see what is going on. You can still be very much hands-on, despite being, off-site. And yeah, the saving of audit costs. What an auditor comes is when they come and put the metering system at your facility, they will take readings for a period of maybe 2 weeks to a month. Readings that we can already do. And ordinarily, the kind of meters they bring about, they cost about 500,000. They actually that's about 5,000 US dollars. And this, our meter, can already take these readings at 20,000 even Kenyan shillings, which is $200. This would save time for auditors to just show up and collect the data. Then let's go the detailed data collection. With big data analytics, data is the new oil. If you intend to make smart business decisions, by analyzing the amount of data these meters can gather, we will have a diverse, different kinds of data, and we'll amass all of it. By analyzing this, the company can be able to distribute resources better, make thoroughly informed decision making on how to, we can issue advisories, and not just to the company. Think of the customer. This meter can monitor down to what does your fridge, how much energy does your fridge consume. If it's a building, we can pinpoint down to how much energy does this particular office consume. And by monitoring your usage, customers can make changes to their habits to, save energy costs, energy conservation. And of course, with energy conservation, there's a lot of profits, lesser bills, and lower carbon emission. Now, thing is, we're not just an idea. We've actually started out. This is this is what the final meter looks like, and we have done installations already. This is Talek in Mara, and now our meter system tracks the distribution of power to the grid, and we are able to gather data like performance indicators, like the CO2 emission, for instance. We've also done this at Wasini. Yeah, that's a pretty place. You should swing by Christmas. So
we are already out there. We have orders for this ready. And yeah, so we're kind of hoping. Let's see. Yeah, this is the team. This is Alex. Yeah. And me. There are two others here. But I'll let Alex take over financials now.
Hi everyone. I was not only to just stand here and showcase the device, as it was showcased. I'm actually trying to present something from here and at least give hope to anybody who is affected by the system losses, audit costs out there in the market. So from the team structure here, I'm the CEO, and I came up, or more or less, we came up with the idea and initialized it, did most of the research. And as you mentioned initially, we are ready for the market. We already started rolling them out, and we want to give it to give everyone who is doing in the energy sector hope that you don't have to incur unnecessary costs. We want to make sure that the cost you incur is what is directly reflected in how you sell. So from that, I'd like to first give out now our financial income, sales and revenue. In 2018. We have a prediction of $183,000. We hope to sell 600 devices. We already have an order for 100 devices in the market as we speak. Some of them are even not only within the country, they're going to our sister country just across the border, Uganda, where they really need the system to be able to track not massive appliances, something as small as a fridge, to be able to give them the data they want. It's also able to give them that temperature data to be able to easily analyze what they really need when they're working with their fleet. Then the costs that will incur bring as initialized is 126,000. We expect to have a profit of 57,000 by end of next year. Our sales, we are hoping that they should increase to 1,000 devices by 2019 once we get the word out there. And it will go on by 2020, that will be 1,300 devices. And by 2021, that will be around 17,000 devices. This is an estimation where we're not considering the utility grid as a whole, we're considering guys who are working in small projects with the hopes of KPLC, as you mentioned, they're not around. We really want them to be our client in this, that they will come in. Given these statistics, our profits will be aligned with 57,000 beginning, and by 2021 we'll have $338,000 and $39,000 at the end of 21. So what you're requesting is just $1,000 to $35,000, or $100,000. Sorry, $100,000. Sorry. Sorry about that. We are requesting for $100,000 to begin the whole process. Okay, not begin, to help us reach this margin here, where we really want to reach that $39,000 by 2021. And our repayment people want to provide us with that is 18 months. That is, if you want to go with the money, you can have it within 18 months. But we really want you to, whoever is going to invest, we really want you to stay with us. And so we want you to have like a 20% equity in this farm of ours. I believe, given now what you have presented, because our product is completely ready for the market, we are ready to now present the product to the market, and we have already implemented. So the testing period is completely done. We're ready for it. Santi sana.
The figures Alex has presented, they're actually on the downside. And I know we've, in my presentation, I've focused a lot on the power industry. But really, this meter can be tailored to anything. If there's something you need to measure, the oil industry, the water, we are here. We can tailor it to your specifications. And as far as powers go, we're talking about targeting maybe 1,000 devices by the end of the year. But the thing is, like KPLC, they're rolling out smart meters. And ours, in comparison to the ones out there in the market, we have integrated. The ones in the market, you have to buy a meter and then get a network module in your house. You need to buy 2 devices to go to use a smart meter, something that will relay, the network module will relay the data back to the utility company. But the thing is, we have integrated them, they're both in just one device. And the amount of data compression, we've also, we have a data compression component. The data you'll be sending back, it's about 4 kbs per meter hour, but with the meters in the market currently, that's 100 MBs daily. So picture this, you have to pay your electricity bill, and then you also have to buy data to relay, for that to work, for the extra network module. I mean, the electricity bills alone, they're already making my hair line act up. I can't imagine buying data for this to apart from my phone. So yes, those figures were on the downside. But if someone like KPLC, a girl can dream, if a KPLC was to do the rollout of this measure, this is millions of homes we're looking at. So yes, be nice to us.
Thank you so much. Now we're going to go to the singles. Fantastic. I think that was a great presentation, right? Jambo? Mwedia, he started off with $1,000. You would have written in the check right away, yeah? Please.
Yeah, it's okay now. I think that's a great presentation, a great idea too. But perhaps I would ask, whose problem are you solving?
Let me answer that.
And I've seen the list of the problems.
Sure. The people we are solving this problem for are guys who are in the factories, the utility grid, and also if you have your own small setup, that's kind of as from initially high guys in the mining.
So it's the consumer.
And also the distributor and the generator, because they have machineries that really need to track on failure, notify me in case of a downtime, to ensure there's always maximum efficiency when they are producing.
So the point of installation of the
Yeah.
meter, who will pay you? Is it the supplier of power, of energy, or is it the consumer of energy, or is it both? Who will buy the meter? At my house, for example.
If you buy it at your house,
Yeah.
the data, you'll need it at your house. Maybe for your house, you'll need the meter to track, okay, the meter for your house will work differently than will work at the factory. Where at your house, you need the meter maybe to effectively tell you which part of your house you're not optimizing the energy well. At a factory level, the person who's going to utilize it at the factory level will need much more information than you will need in your own house. Where he'll need now to know which machinery is going to be is utilizing how much power, and if there's any downtime, and notifying directly. So that information will be given back. You will pay me to notify you how much energy you're utilizing. The factory owner will pay me to tell you maybe there's a downtime at a certain level in life.
But just to drive the point home, Mwedia buys the meter.
No, on a best case scenario,
Yes.
your utility
Yes.
company buys. That's the meters you have at my apartment. I didn't buy it. The utility company installed it. Yes. Again, best case scenario. In this case, would be the utility company buying the meter and installing it at your place.
What have you based your projections on? Is it the utility company buying the meter, or is it the user of energy buying the meter?
Does anyone who would like the meter buying it? That's what we based it on.
What is your pricing model? Is it per meter, or are you selling the meters, or are you charging per usage?
We are selling the meter.
At what price?
We are selling the meter at $30,000. That's $300. The whole meter as it is. Then we're also selling the storage of the data at around $170 per year. That's how you're selling the data. And also there will be now, for large factories, there will be need for an audit, because as you mentioned, one of the bigger issues is the effectiveness of the data being collected. So there will be no need of sampling the data. So we also that's the alternative.
Have you talked to the utility companies?
I can say it's in process of talking to them. Yeah.
Okay,
Fantastic. Great idea. Yes, they need to know their customer.
Okay, so there's a customer query there. Elizabeth, do you want to maybe prod a little bit here, because this is a big problem. And indeed, we need to be very, very clear on our customer. And I'm sure Alex and Dorothy know their customer. They will explain it maybe a little bit more over dinner. But maybe a question from you, Elizabeth.
I think I'll just take you from the side of the consumer. I was very interested in the hybrid system that you were discussing, and I could see a situation where somebody's actually generating electricity and sending it to Kenya Power, for example, and at the end of the year, the credits that they would get. You also mentioned that you'd be able to monitor separately solar, hydro. Is that correct? It's the hybridity, if I may call it, that to me is what I was more excited about, because I don't really see what the difference is between your meter and maybe other smart meters from maybe Siemens, except for the fact that it's local, it's a low-cost concept. It's a very good concept, don't get me wrong. I'm just trying to see, and you keep mentioning Kenya Power all the time, and I'm wondering if you've tackled people like Siemens, or Siemens, if you call it in English. That to me was where I was a little bit fuzzy as to who your real target customer was. Also, how many units have you sold so far?
To answer that, we have sold around 50 per now, 50 units per now, and we're expecting to sell more 50 from January next year. There's already a set order for that.
Okay, and these are to homes, right? I mean to consumers.
It's actually going to a researcher who wants to go now try research in Uganda.
Okay, because I got a little bit confused when you mentioned they wanted to meter fridges and
no, actually the whole concept is they want to see to be more energy efficient, yes, how components in households are working. That's the whole scope behind now the research that they're trying to bring. And they came to us for the meter because of the fact that they're able to gather much more data.
Okay, all right. So really for me it was just the more hybridity aspect of it, and also if I just may make a comment in terms of the presentation. Sorry, Dorothy. Good presentation, but don't oversell yourself. I think what you've given us was good. Don't, I felt you were kind of apologizing at one point. Yeah, don't. You have something that's very good and something that I think people can apply in different areas, for sure.
Okay, thank you. Those were great comments. Now remember, the Simbas are here because they're Simbas, huh? Okay, now, Lucy, is Dorothy a member of the Association of Women in Energy and Extractives in Kenya? And if she is, can you support this idea? If she's not, can she become a member and then you support this idea, please?
I think on the membership we can talk because we are in the oil and gas and mining, but we can talk about membership. For me, thank you very much for the presentation. I think for me what intrigued me was the fact that the thing can communicate that if there is going to be a power outage, something is coming, because I think for a lot of us, the consumers, you're always, when power goes off, you get frustrated, communicating and the turnaround time to get the problem sorted out. So I got quite intrigued by the fact that your data can actually communicate to the KPLC, for example. The question is whether they will be able to resolve the problem before it comes up. But the other thing that I had a question about is the cost of this meter is 30,000, but you're also saying that it could also be used for both factories and medium-sized to large establishments, but also households. What is the cost of this for a household? Because I'm thinking if I have to spend 30,000 in my house to pay for this, so that anyway I will be told when power is about to get off, I would have to think twice. That's one. Then the other thing is about your figures. 2018 is the profit is $57,000. $57,000 in Kenya shillings is what? 5.7 million. 5.7 million. So you want someone to invest $1 million? 10 million. Yes. And then to invest 10 million and then get 20% of equity. So I am going to get my benefit of that 20% in year 2021. No, when? Sooner.
Because there is I was very insistent on that this is on the downside. Here we're picturing the worst case scenario where you actually have to sell individually. But a firm, for instance, would order, currently Kipya is in the process of rolling out smart meters. And ours has, again, like I said, we have better data compression, we've integrated, you don't have to buy a meter and a network module. And and there's a local production, we can tailor it to their needs. So for instance, we're actively trying to seek this, by the way. Someone like KPLC would order maybe 1,000. So this is on the downside, imagining that they show us the door.
That's fine. What I'm asking is, I mean, today if I'm impressed with your idea, you tell me I put in, this is 10 million to have 20% of equity in your company, but the projection you're giving is 5.6 million as profit.
But that's just for the first year.
Okay.
So the payable amount, once you've given me the 10 million, we come back within next year. That's 18 months, I think.
That's when you repay the amount.
I'll be able to give you the amount if you want to go.
Okay.
But really want you to stay.
Oh.
Yeah.
So in summary, Lucy, you can write the check.
I'm still understanding.
Okay, no problem. Just one quick question on the legal side, maybe Cindy, or do you want to ask something pertinent?
Lawyers are known for talking too much, so I can't ask one small question. So, first of all, congratulations on developing this device. I think it's brilliant, and you guys have done a fantastic job developing the business up to this point. I have two key questions for you, and they're all based on securing the manufacture of the product. So first of all, is this a unique device? Is it something that's never been developed before?
To answer that question, we tried to Google. That's how we started to know if there's a similar device prior to beginning to develop this. So far, we didn't find a device that's able to integrate maybe a SIM card into it, with an Ethernet, all into one component. And then secondly, once we initialize now the patent process, currently it's not yet completed, but as for now, there's not been found any other device that's similar to this.
So you've begun the patent registration?
We've begun it.
And are you also doing an industrial model?
Yes, that's the next stage that we want to go start, because the industrial model is what we want to go do now. But now initially it's the patent one, because that's a bit, we felt that it's more required, given there's no, according to our research, there's no device in that case.
Okay. And which countries are you focusing on for the patent?
For the patent, we want first initialize the whole of Africa, because that's where our major market will be. We hope to capture the whole of Africa. And then if we're able to finalize with that, we'd like to go global.
All right. So second question is, I think your subcontracts are also key to the manufacture of the product. So the cloud services, you're obviously subcontracted to another party, right?
Yes.
What company is it, and how long is the term of your contract?
The company I'm working with currently for the data relaying for this is called Sasa Host. We have a contract with them to work for the next 5 years, to be renewed again, available to be renewed, because it's a pay as we work with them. And we want, after 5 years, we like to put a more effort where we like to create a permanent kind of contract where we can work for more or less like minimum of 10 years on the data relaying from this device, because the device is able to, this platform as per now is able to store data as far back as 10 years.
Fantastic. Okay, just to sum up, Dorothy.
On the data, I'm currently actually actively seeking East African Center to store this. Picturing again the best case scenario where we are handling massive amounts of data, we will need to secure it. So I'm looking for security experts, and negotiations are underway on getting data center space, because it's much more secure in comparison to just buying a subscription from Sasa Host.
Ladies and gentlemen, there's an investment to be made tonight. We're asking the Simbas to invest, but we are also asking all of you to invest. 100,000 divided by 100 is how much? $1,000. I mean, Brian, this is, what are we discussing here? Right? So before you go, please, before you go, ladies and gentlemen, can you give a warm round of applause to Dorothy, Alex, Mr. Logic, Asanteli Sana. Thank you so much. Thank you. Daktari, I think in terms of procedure, there's a main course. Maybe you can direct us the next step before we go to the second presentation. Is that okay?
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. And Logic. Okay, I wish I had that 10,000. Is this 10,000? Hey man, you see when you're in academia, my friend, life is just hard. Your figures are not the same ones for companies. But thank you so much. We now want to feed you something more substantial than soup. But we'd like to do it in an orderly fashion. The food is being served just right outside these doors in the foyer where we had our fruit cocktails. If we can start with the tables closer by here, I believe these two tables will be served right here, so please don't move. But if we can start with these guys, these two tables, standing up first to go serve, and then in that order, so we can have a little bit of order all around. And then as we're eating, the second presenters will come on board and do their next presentation. And then the third presentation will be done during dessert, and we call it a wrap. So I hope you're still excited. And lawyers, I hope you're taking down their names and their numbers, because this is where you get jobs, my friends. Don't wait for someone to hire you. Go and find out where you can patent them in your respective countries. Is that all right? All right. Yes, so right now we're just going to start serving. So just 5 minutes, and then we'll come with the next presenters. Thank you. Tables, please. I say no, that's sit down. I'm trying, man.